When I was growing up, my dad had a book from Reader's Digest called Mysteries of the Unexplained. I loved mysteries and unexplained events and quickly fell in love with this book. In the book, I read a story that had been stuck in my head ever since. The other day, I picked up the book and saw the article once again. The title, A Heavy Question. At the end of a day's work in 1974, workers for the Dowling construction company of Indianapolis left a 5-ton steel wrecking ball hanging from a crane 200 feet above the ground. When they came back the next morning, the ball was gone. Police and all concerned were baffled, and the ball was never found. Rene Magritte's The Infinite Search accompanied the article and surrounded it with a sense of supernatural cause. Obviously, how could a large wrecking ball go missing overnight? But the more I thought about the story, the more uncertain I became of the tale. So as any good investigator would do, I opened my laptop and made a day researching the subject. What I found proved to be an important lesson to always check your sources and research topics thoroughly. Let's dive in deeper. One of the most glaring problems was the discrepancies of the size of the wrecking ball. One volume of the Mysteries of the Unexplained chose to list the weight as 5 tons, while another volume listed it as only 2.5 tons. Maybe it was a mistake by the editors? I don't know. But by this fact, I knew that the Reader's Digest was using another source for their information, besides the one included, a phone interview with Lauren Dowling. It did not take long to find the original source, the Associated Press. The Associated Press covered the story on July 17, 1973. The details of the crime matched with each other. The wrecking ball was 5 tons and suspended 200 feet in the air in both accounts, besides the error in Reader's Digest. However, they differed in the possible culprit. While the Reader's Digest alluded to a supernatural cause, the Associated Press merely stated that a regular tow truck and a small group of people could easily pull off the feat. It almost seemed simple enough. Maybe the only thing that the Reader's Digest got wrong was a weight discrepancy and supported the idea that it could have been a supernatural cause. However, I found yet another source preluding the Associated Press, the Indianapolis Star. The Indianapolis Star featured a main article that the Associated Press got their information from. So it turned out that the Reader's Digest was recounting the tale by a second-hand account. Even worse yet, for the Reader's Digest, the Indianapolis Star released an article a few days after the event with a quote, "A police report was in error Tuesday when it said a wrecking ball missing from a demolition site at 1949 East Troy Avenue weighed 5 tons. A spokesman for the Dowling Construction Company said the ball weighed around 50 pounds. The article also stated that the company was demolishing a former boys' club building, leading to the reality that the wrecking ball would have been at a much lower height than the quoted 200 feet, possibly only 20 feet. I do not believe that this is a malicious attempt by the editors to create a story to sell more papers. However, I do think that it is a very good example on why it is important to thoroughly study what you are reporting. As interesting as it is to read and report about the mysterious and the unknown, we always need to make sure that our info is up to date and accurate. Thank you so much for contributing to this community and making it a better place. Goodbye.